This is a tutorial for the NCTest app, and in this tutorial I'm going to focus on the North Carolina Final Exam in Language Arts, and I'm going to select the English 1, English 4 tutorial. When you begin the test, you will see your name, your student ID number, and your school. You'll also see the name of your test. If any of this information is incorrect, please let your test administrator know before you begin. To begin the test, when the test administrator tells you to, you will hit the Start button. Notice again, you will see your name and your school name up at the top. You'll also see the number of questions that you have and what number question you are on. So in this version of the test, you can see that you have a passage here and then you have multiple choice questions. If the passage is long or the answer choices are long, you can move this gray button by clicking and dragging. Not gray button, gray divider, which will be good for spacing out questions or statements that are long. You can also scroll. So if the passage went longer, you can scroll through and see the entire selection. So to review these icons at the top, you have the flag icon. So this would tell me that I need to come back and answer this question again or review my answer. To deselect or deflag it, you would just select it again. You can do this by clicking in the box or by pressing the flag button. If you want to mark out an answer choice, you would select the circle with the X that says strike, and then it strikes through answer choices that I think might be incorrect. Notice that I cannot strike through every single answer choice. And in this scenario, I still have not answered winter. I would need to deselect the strike tool to get my clicker back. So I just came over here and clicked it again. So right now I have my striker. Now I don't. And then I would gray out or select the final answer choice. You have the highlighter tool, which is a free highlight tool. If you don't like something that you have highlighted, you can strike through or erase part of that highlighting by selecting the highlighter with the strike through, and then it acts as an eraser. How I'm highlighting is I'm clicking and dragging, or how I'm erasing is clicking and dragging. Works the same way with clicking and highlighting. If you want to cancel all highlighting marks, you can click the clear highlight button, which is the highlighter tool with the X, and then all my highlights are gone. If you've marked out every answer and you're getting confused on what you have answered, or you want to reset some of the items back to the original form, you can select this backwards arrow to reset the question. So now I'm back to the original form. If you have questions about any of the tools at the top or the icons, you can select the Help button at the top, and then this menu item will come up. It tells you the navigation tools as well as how to answer each question type. But hopefully you will know what everything is by the time you take the test. So I'm just going to mark an answer here. To move to the next question, I'm going to hit Next at the bottom of the page. For this question, I'm just going to flag it so we see what that looks like at the end of the test. You can pause the test, so if you have a bathroom break or there's a pause in the testing session that the test administrator has told you to take a break, you can pause. Notice that you have a countdown. You have 60 minutes where you can be in that pause state. And then once you're ready to go back to the testing, you would hit Continue. If you want to go back to the first question in the test, you can hit First and it takes you back to the first question. You can also hit the back button to go back to a question. Notice that these question types are all similar, that you have a passage that you're reading and then answering a multiple choice question about it. If I try to click outside the screen or along the edge of the screen, I will get an unexpected exit message. If you try to exit the test or click on something outside of the testing screen, testing app, you will get this message. And if you hit exit, then you'll be exited from the test completely and you will have to start over. If you do this accidentally, you can hit continue and go back to where you left off. Notice there was a countdown on that, so it does keep track of how long you have been out of the testing session. At the end of the test, you will come to the review page. This tells you how many questions you have answered out of how many items. So if I had skipped a question, it would tell me that I had answered 3 out of 4 items. That would be a good clue for me to go back and check all my questions and make sure that I have answered every single question. I know that I've answered it because of this asterisk mark here. I flagged number 2. It tells me that up here that I flagged one item, and then I can see where it says flagged and then the question mark. So I'm going to go back to number 2 to make sure that I am confident in my answer. How I can go back is by clicking on the number 2. Notice that it was hyperlinked and it was underlined in blue. So that tells me that that is a link. So I can go right back to number 2 and change my answer or feel more confident in my previous answer. I can leave the question mark. I can leave it flagged whenever I go to end the test. That's okay. Or if you want to go back and unflag it just to be sure that, yes, I feel confident. Yep, I'm good. I can go back to the review and then it disappears. When you are ready to end the test, you will hit end test. And then you'll get a caution message that says, are you sure you want to end the test? If you want to cancel that and say, oh, no, that's not what I meant to do. I want to go back and check my answers again. You can hit the cancel and then go back through the questions. I'm going to go ahead and end this test. If you have any questions about the testing app, please ask your teacher and make sure that you feel confident for the day of the test.